welcome back to Toko's Reviews, and today we're going to be talking about the new DJI Mavic Mini. Yes, I finally got my hands on one of these, and this is the Fly More Combo Edition, so there's a lot of goodies in here. And what we're going to do, we're going to open up this case, and we're going to see what's inside, and then after that, we're going to go flying. That's what we're going to do today. So let's jump into opening that case. Okay, everyone, so here's the DJI Mavic Mini case. As you can see, when I opened it, this is what's inside. This kind of looked familiar to when I first unboxed the first DJI Mavic that came out years ago. Touching the controller, it feels the same. There's really no difference. I do notice it is a little bit lighter, and it doesn't have the digital display. Now, some of you are wondering why this doesn't have the digital display. That's one question I ask myself, but it's very important because without the digital display, you wouldn't know your heading and also the altitude, which we're familiar with the original DJI Mavics. Opening up the controller, I didn't really see any big difference, beside the knob being tucked under the brackets that hold the mobile device. And also the digital display is not on the Mavic Mini controller. So as shown here in the picture, the only thing it has the picture button and also some other buttons. And it has the little knob that you can turn right and left that tilts the camera down and up. So you have no other button or knob that would make the camera tilt left or right. If you do, you have to use the controller joy to bank right or bank left. And then the second one is this guy. Okay, so if you guys remember before, I said this is the Fly More Combo Edition. So this has way more stuff that comes with it beside the cables. This has 3 batteries. And this is pretty much how it looks, the battery, which is not bad at all. Check that out. And I guess in order for you to see if it's charging, you just press that button right there, and it tells you that everything is fully charged. Keep in mind, you can also use this as a battery bank to charge your iPad, iPhone, or Android phone, or whatever that's capable of charging with USB. This can pretty much do it all, which is pretty interesting. You can also charge the controller on the fly. So this is very good. You know, it's a small factor drone. For what I perceive, this is pretty good to carry on because it's super small and stuff like that. So, and also you can charge your stuff with it too, which is pretty cool. I also learned that this charges in sequence. So whichever one is the lowest, it'll charge from bank 1, 2, or 3. So it'll go like that, and if you have this plugged in too, it'll also charge this after everything else is fully charged, which is pretty interesting. Okay, so right now we're gonna jump into the cables. So you got one cable for the controller. Okay, that's one, and then you got the second cable for something, I guess, for the drone. Okay, that's 2, and then this is cool. This is the iPhone cable. As you can see right there, it's not bad. It's the iPhone cable. And then you got the Android cable, as you can see there. And last but not least, you have the USB-C cable, which I know some of the high-end Android phones have USB-C now. The iPhone 11 Pro Max, which we thought would have the USB-C, does not have that yet. So I think the iPhone 12 Pro will have that. I don't know why Apple did that one, but yes. Anyways, and I guess it comes with the little dual memory stick or whatever stick to help you blah 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 whatever. And the last one is what you guys really wanted to see, was the actual drone. Okay, and this is how it looks. You just fold it out like this, and from what I see, I mean, this thing is super light. One thing that interested me the most was it's only 249 grams. Now, some of you say 249 gram. What does that mean? Is it because it's lighter? No, it's not because it's lighter. It's actually right under 250 grams. So having it 249 grams just basically mean this is not considered as like a drone. So you can, because of its weight, you can pretty much use this anywhere. You don't have to register it. You don't have to do anything like that. You can just fly on the go, and that's what it's meant for. Just because of that 1 gram difference. So if this was 250 gram, by law, you would have to register it and stuff like that. But that's from what I've heard from the Aviation. But because this being 249 gram, it doesn't fall into that category of that you need to register with the Aviation. And what I see, I truly thought these were cameras, but I guess they're just vents that probably it's closed, or I don't know what's going on in there. And then this is the camera here, and you got those little shark fins right here that look like it's breathing, I guess because of the heat. And the only thing here, it has 2 sensors. I'm not sure if these are cameras, but I think these are just only 2 sensors. But this thing, I'm telling you guys, feels so darn light. It feels like pretty much nothing. But in order for you to have everything function properly, I guess, okay, so that's what that other USB, you can plug it here. So you got a little SD card slot. You would think it's protected, right? But it's not. If you guys look carefully, it's right there. It is not protected. And I guess you pop this open for the battery. You just pop that open, and then you take the battery and pop that out, and then you just put it in here. I guess just like this. I assume this is how it goes. Okay, no, it goes the other way. Okay, so once it clicks, you go ahead and close it. And once that's done, you just press the button. Okay, so there he goes. Check that out. Is that pretty cool or what? It just turns on just like that. So it has some of the features that the other DJI, because I have the DJI Mavic Zoom 2, and that's a pretty cool. I wish I got the Pro, but I kind of like the Zoom because it has that zoom capability. I heard the camera, even though this is a small factor camera, but I heard it has the same sensor with the other Mavics, which is pretty interesting for something this small. And keep in mind, it does not have 4K. It has 2.7K or 4K, somewhere around there. But using this is pretty interesting because I thought the quality would be, not all that, but it turned out to be pretty good. And after if you use RAW file, you can do a lot of editing that would make this a pretty good camera. When you're on the go. Anyways, having said that, I guess there's nothing else in this case to review, but basically, this is just a mini version of the DJI Mavic Air. So this is just a mini version of it, and it's way lighter. And remember what I said, my point with this is you don't have to register this with the Aviation at all, just because of that 249 gram weight capacity. Just because of that 1 gram difference, you don't have to register it at all. So this is basically considered like a toys, but with drone capability. If that's kind of like cheating, I don't know. But I do know this, everyone. I know later on in the future, they're even going to make it better. Probably the same weight, but give it some more hardware. But DJI has to figure out a way to do that, to implement all that into the board, and also into this thing to have it with that type of weight, with quality parts. All right, so as you guys can see, as I was flying the drone inside the house that we were renovating, as you can see here, the color tone was kind of flat, but as I went in, it started to change because of the brightness were constantly changing inside, as you can see here. It's not bad for a 2K camera, but as I was flying the drone around and checking things out, I noticed the color was okay, but if you shoot in RAW format, for like videos and images,
I believe you can truly edit that. One other thing I did notice about this DJI Mavic Mini, it didn't have, because it being smaller, it didn't have the active track. And I truly believe one of the reasons why DJI didn't implement that feature on this Mavic Mini because of the sensors. It only has 2 sensors at the bottom, and I guess because of that reason, they didn't want it to hit anything because active track would follow you. And because there's no sensors in the front, side, and top, that was one of the big factors of why they didn't put that into this drone. But in open area, it does have features for active track, but just having it enabled for just a few minutes, and then it stops and then it comes back to your location. You can find that feature here. But anyways, as you can see here, it would be cool if they had it, but hopefully there'd be a firmware update, or someone would give it a custom firmware that would enable that. But other than that, like I said before, if you guys like stuff like this, go ahead and hit that like button. Comment down below if you guys have any questions or you want me to review anything. And if you're new to this channel, like I said always, please subscribe. That will definitely help me out.
I'm in the club hiding. Bang, bang, go, go. Baby, 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 pop, pop, go, baby, baby, baby. Your mama gave it to you, baby, 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 girl, let it show. I'm in the club hiding. Bang, go, 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 go. Baby, 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 pop, pop, go, baby, baby, baby. Your mama gave it to you, baby, 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 girl, let it show. Wanna know what we say in the club? Hey, baby, white folks, gangsters in the club. Hey, baby, stunning with a stack of them doors. Hey, baby, riding in the lap with a move. Hey, baby, I'm in the club hiding. Hey, baby, hey, baby, hey, baby, hey, baby, hey, baby, I'm in the club hiding. Hey, baby, hey, baby, hey, baby.